The little puppy wagged his tail, his tiny legs carrying him along the bustling sidewalk. He was distracted by a fluttering butterfly, its wings like stained glass in the afternoon sun. He chased it, his leash slipping from his owner's grasp. When he finally stopped, panting, the butterfly was gone, and so was his person. Fear pricked at his paws. The world was big, and he was very small. He wandered down the street, his nose sniffing at the unfamiliar smells. Everything seemed scary now, the loud trucks rumbling past, the echoing calls of people he didn't know. He whimpered, a small, lost sound in the cacophony of the city. The sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, but the beauty brought the puppy no comfort. He curled himself beneath a park bench, his small body trembling, and he cried himself to sleep. The next morning, hunger gnawed at his belly. He sniffed at an empty food container someone had discarded, but it offered no relief. The city was waking up, cars honked, people hurried by, and the puppy felt even more alone in the rush. He trotted down the sidewalk, his tail tucked low. An old woman with a kind smile sat on a bench, throwing crumbs to the pigeons. He approached cautiously, his nose twitching. She saw him and made a soft "here puppy" sound. He wasn't sure, but her voice was gentle, so he crept closer. She offered him a piece of her sandwich. He gobbled it down, his tail giving a tentative wag. She scratched him behind the ears, and it felt nice, like the way his person used to pet him. But when she left, he was alone again, the memory of her kindness a warming ember in his heart. He wandered into a park, the green grass a welcome change from the hard concrete. A group of children played frisbee, their laughter echoing through the air. He wanted to play too. He approached timidly, his tail wagging hopefully. "A puppy," one of the children cried, and soon he was surrounded. They petted him, their small hands clumsy but loving. One little girl with bright red shoes gave him some of her crackers. He licked her hand, grateful for the food and the company. As the days turned into nights, the puppy encountered many people. Some ignored him, but many were kind. A shopkeeper gave him a bowl of water, a young couple shared their takeout, and a jogger patted him on the head as he ran by. Each act of kindness, however small, gave the puppy a glimmer of hope. He started to believe that maybe, just maybe, he would find a new home, a new person to love him. He wouldn't be alone forever. He held on to that hope, a tiny flame flickering in his chest. One afternoon, he found himself on a quiet street lined with houses. He sniffed at a fence, intrigued by the scent of other dogs. He let out a small bark, a hopeful sound. Suddenly he heard a bark in response, followed by the clatter of paws on wood. A nose appeared through a gap in the fence, followed by a pair of bright, friendly eyes. The other dog, a big, fluffy sheepdog, wagged his tail excitedly. The puppy wagged back, his heart pounding with anticipation. The fence gate creaked open and a man appeared. He was smiling, his eyes crinkling at the corners. "Well, hello there, little guy," he said, his voice warm and welcoming. The puppy took a hesitant step forward, then another. The man knelt down, his hand outstretched. The puppy sniffed his hand cautiously, then licked it, his tail wagging furiously now. "You're all alone, aren't you?" the man asked gently. The puppy wagged his tail, hoping this was the end of his long journey. "Come on then," the man said, scooping him up in his arms. "Let's get you inside and some food in that belly." The man carried him into the house where the sheepdog greeted him with a happy bark. The house smelled like baking bread and something wonderful and familiar, love. The man filled a bowl with food and water, and the puppy ate ravenously, his tail thumping against the floor. As he ate, the man watched him with a soft smile on his face. That night, curled up on a soft dog bed, his belly full and his heart content, the puppy knew he was finally home. He had found his forever family, and he would never be lost and lonely again.